1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Hi, we're back. We are at the Fall Beauty Game Changer event. It's happening all day today at HSN. You see it on our channel, you may see it on our app, but you're definitely going to see it here streaming with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or you're on our website, because we are doing the pro class today. I am your host. I am Natasha. I'm the newest host at HSN. I am so excited to be meeting you. We have a guest who's coming on right from another show she was doing live on the channel. She should be here any second. Her name is Stephanie Metkus. Metkus. I wanted to say Metcalf just because I've had, and I'm not going to do it. But anyway, she's the Vice President of Broadcasting and Customer Experience at Chorus. So she, today we have all of the experts, oftentimes the people who created the products, the founder, the one inventor of the thing. But now we're talking about a huge company. You guys know them, you love them, the stunning Greek beauty line, wonderful skincare. But we have our Vice President of Broadcasting and Customer Experience. And not only is she going to be here today, like you would normally see her on one of our shows here on HSN, but what makes today super special is that while she's here, you can be asking questions live. You can be leaving comments right here in the stream that you're watching on Facebook. I'm going to be glued into your questions, and I can ask them straight to her. I can review any of the comments, let her know something that you think. If there's anything that you've just kind of been wondering, you're not sure which product to buy or whether it's right for you for fall or not, now is the time to ask, and I will definitely pass your question along. And I'm going to get an iPad up in here pretty soon. I think we forgot to hand it over. They're working on it right now. You guys got to see the producer I'm working with. His suit, it is life. It is the most gorgeous, stunning. In fact, when he brings me this iPad, I'm just going to make him stand here for like a second. Just so here we go. Are you ready? Prepare yourself. Whatever you expected, it wasn't this good, right? Are you kidding me? Like, anyone who's ever gone to Burning Man with me right now is like, he just upstaged Natasha. Like, how does that, whew, I am inspired. Okay, so there you go on that. I don't know how anyone will ever follow that outfit. When will your line be released here at HSN, huh? All right, so when Stephanie comes, we're gonna be asking questions. We have wonderful products for you today, but today isn't necessarily about the making sure we're doing the shopping right here at this moment. Today is about learning. Today is about the class. Today is about asking the questions, getting the answers, learning the tools to really transition your game, your beauty game into fall. And we have really curated all of our guests today to have a little bit of everything to try to fill out any of these questions you might have. And if at some point you fall in love with something, go ahead and scan the QR code. That'll be in the corner when we're chatting with our guests. It'll take you right to that product, just like it would anytime you're watching HSN. Or go ahead and check out the link that's in this stream right now. That'll also take you there. And yeah, you can check out our products. And right now, you get to check out, not really check out, you know what I mean. You get to gracefully look at, with all due respect, Stephanie, because she's just walking the door.
Hi.
So nice to see you. Thank you for walking right over from your.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so nice to meet you officially, right? Like we literally, this is like such a fun day. I wish you guys could see behind the scenes because there's like models everywhere and guests everywhere. And like the fun thing about HSN, not to go on a tirade, is that, you know, we all know each other. So you see people behind the scenes, like Chelsea's on air right now and she's a good friend of mine. And so this is like, it's kind of like summer camp for adults. So I wish you could see it all backstage behind the scenes, but the team's been amazing. So
I love it. Summer camp for adults. I would go.
Yeah, beauty boot camp. I love it.
Yes, yes, yes. And especially where we are today with this streaming, this is such a great chance for the people who would already know and recognize you from being, you know, loyal HSN watchers or first-time watchers, to actually get to communicate with you and know that that's the whole purpose of today, is the class, it's the demonstration. She is, by the way, 6 feet in front of me, but just a little bit to the right. So if you guys see me,
we're like going back and forth.
Like, she kind of radiates like she's like a glowing beauty. So I'm like, I'm just gonna look at you right here. But
yeah, well, I will tell you, you know, I'm going to do something that's a little unconventional. I'm gonna take all my makeup off.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
excited.
I'm
gonna do, and I will tell you, one of the things that I think is really important about Korres is that, you know, as a brand, we're real. So the products do what we say they do. You know, our process is what we say it is. We'll literally take you into our labs. We'll take you to the farms. Like, we are completely transparent. And that's always something that's made me fall in love with our brand. So I'm going to be transparent with you. And my skin is not perfect right now, okay? My skin is going through some changes for fall, as I'm sure we're going to talk about a little bit with fall beauty, bath and body solutions. But, you know, fall's a tough time for skin. So I'm actually going to use our Pure Greek Olive Cleansing Cloths, which, oh, you see here the Olympus Tea. Okay, so we'll say they're the Olympus Tea ones, but our cleansing cloths are actually kind of like world famous. So just came off air, have a lot of makeup on. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna show you how powerful these are, right? So you can see, first of all, they're pretty tough, okay? Yep. They're really durable, they're big, but they're not like saturated, like wet, like they're not dripping, which I always appreciate. So in literally one swipe, look at this. Look, see all that coming off? All this makeup is coming off. These are my savior. I literally take these everywhere with me because, I mean, ugh, look at that. Right? Yeah. One swipe, it's removing, it's detoxing. It's actually just kind of like, it feels like a burst of hydration. They feel ice cold. I mean, look at how much gunk is coming off of my skin. I can't
believe the brazenness in which you are removing.
Oh yeah.
You're like going for it. Like when I remove my makeup, it's like lightly touch here, barely touch there. You're like, I'm going for it and I am not pretending.
So here's the thing about fall beauty that I'm sure you've been talking about kind of all day, right? So fall and any transitional time, I would say fall and spring really are like two of the toughest times for your skin, for your face and your body, because the weather is all over the place. I mean, we're here in Florida and it's super humid. I live in Philadelphia. It's actually pretty cold in the morning right now. So my skin, you can see I have all of these issues down here. My skin is not happy right now, but I'm gonna get it happy and I'm gonna show you how to get it happy. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to cleanse. So I'm taking off, look at all this, like mascara, you know, eyeliner, budge proof, you know, all those things that they say it is. And I'm not tugging at my skin. I'm not pulling at my skin. I'm actually just wiping it over top of my skin and it's all coming off. And I think that that's important. You know, we want to show you the products and I feel confident enough to show you how they work and that they work for me. So this is the first step that I use. These are literally like gold in my house. We use them all the time. I have 3 teenagers, you know, so I will tell you.
2 years old. I don't know what's happening right now.
I have 3 teens. Well, actually, you know, my youngest is turning 12 next week. So not officially a teen, but she acts like a teen. So you can see like my skin is blotchy, it's dry patches, I have some oily, it's kind of all over the place. And I think if we're honest, most of our skin is like that right now because your skin has no idea what's happening in terms of weather, in terms of, you know, the ups and the downs. So this is the moment I would actually say it's time to simplify. That's probably my biggest tip right now is to simplify your beauty routine. And this is a great way to do it because literally you can use these face and body. I think I pretty much have everything off.
I want to ask you something real quick before we move on from the cloths. You said it's going to remove your makeup, but also detox your skin?
Yes,
so
yes.
what's in them that makes it detox?
So Olympus tea, you know, at Kora's ingredients are everything to us, and we really believe that plants have power, and we know this. I mean, when a lot of brands say nature and science coming together, like it's, you know, it's great, and we believe that, but we back it up. So we have our own laboratories where we do molecular scientific testing, and Olympus tea is actually an ingredient that's hand harvested at the base of Mount Olympus, which is kind of like this mythical place in Greece. But you know, people drink Olympus tea to detox their internal organs. You can go and Google it. You know, it's really this very health conscious wellness ingredient. We actually make it like a tea, and we infuse it into these cloths, and it detoxes your skin. So instead of just kind of like wiping and kind of like muddling everything around, it's getting into the pores and cleaning out that gunk. And that is the difference. That's why, you know, these are really world renowned, because it goes beyond just like wiping everything off. We're actually hydrating the skin. So you can see my skin around my eyes is not red, it's not irritated. And that's because there's chamomile extract in here. There's calendula. Look at all of that. Literally, when we say that these work, I mean, these are miracle workers, but never again, you know, have you ever had that experience where you use a wipe from the drugstore and you put it like to your eye and all of a sudden you're like, why did I do that? Right? Because you feel like the burn, the sting,
yes.
Like you're like, oh, you know, just tough through it. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. I'm actually hydrating my skin while I'm removing all my makeup. So I'm completely clean and clear, and I am ready to just kind of like give my skin a big deep breath.
I loved your answer about what makes this detoxifying. Anytime we talk about tea and using tea in skincare, if you're someone who's already tried something that has tea in it, or you're new to that, there is at least commonly found result that you're going to be reducing the appearance of pores. You're cleaning them out, you're tightening them up. It does allow them to kind of really become a little bit more constricted in their appearance. So when you're looking at your skin, it's going to appear that the pores are smaller. When you're touching your skin, it's going to feel softer. It's kind of that right after facial feeling before they put any of the oils on your face or anything else like that. And I love that you're using both of the teas, because you also have the calming chamomile in there, just in case there's any bit that's a little bit too, you know, intense for the skin. Brilliant tea cloth, love it. And side note, my bathroom sink is never cleaner than when I am using cloths to remove my makeup. Do you do
Because all the makeup sits in the gunk of the sink.
I finish my face, and then I take the cloth, and I'm like, well, I might as well. And I do a wipe down on my.
You know, I want to just comment quickly on the pore situation, because I feel like in these live streams we have the ability to, like, we have some time, we can talk a little bit realer. So, you know, your pores actually genetically are the size that they are. You can't change your pore size. That, like, legally, that's truth. But your pores become bigger, and the appearance of them becomes bigger when they're stretched out with stuff, with gunk, with sebum, with oil, with makeup. So that's why this is really important. You're not actually ever going to be able to change your pore size, but you are going to be able to get the gunk out of there to make them appear smaller.
Perfect. I'm so glad you said that. And we're going to move on to the next step in her regime, but if you can't stop thinking about the cloths before we move on, you can use the QR code that's in the corner right now. You just open up the camera on your phone and you scan it, touch it, takes you right there to the product.
And crazy amazing price. That's like, they're $9.50 on sale right now for a pack, and free shipping. So like, if you get nothing else from today, like, just try them. You'd go to the drugstore and spend more, and these are handmade in Greece. They're biodegradable. They're made with natural ingredients. So like, that's a no-brainer.
Or if you're someone who commutes to and from work, and maybe you have a 45-minute drive home, but you don't want to leave the office with your face totally clean just yet. Am I talking about myself? I can't So maybe you just want to use this.
As we all get there eventually.
And now, I'm still trying to make a first impression here. But now you can use these in your car, you know, after even date's done, hop in the car, makeup's off. Then you can go home and do whatever else. I love it. Keep it in the purse, on the go, or of course in your bathroom. So that was the wipes. Love the tea wipes.
Step one, I'm clean, no makeup on. So this is step two. So the theme of this kind of live stream that we're doing is like fall beauty solutions, right? Or tips and advice. My biggest tip for fall, you can see my skin is really congested. I have some boo-boos down here. You know, it's oily in some places, it's dry in some places. Your skin's going through a lot right now. Transition times in the calendar are always rough on your skin. It's not sure what to do. This is our weekly deal drop. It's been going insane. I have a personal passion for this product. This is our 3-in-1 nourishing face, hair, and body oil. So the theme of fall is like simplify, right? So how can we find products that do multiple things, that make it easy, and that are simple for our skin? It's almost like you just want to be like, whoa, like take a moment for your skin. Let's not overwhelm. So this is the one product I'm going to use next, and it's pretty much like what I'm going to use for my full face and my body. And we can talk about a myriad of ways to use this. I want to let everybody know, when you get this home, there's actually a little stopper here in the cap. You have to pull this out. So when you get it home and you turn it over and you're like, why isn't it coming out? There's a little stopper that you actually have to remove, and then you can use it. So just a little tip.
You have olive wipes as well, right?
Yes.
But these are the tea wipes. One of our questioners in the chat was saying those tea wipes versus the olive wipes. What's the difference in those two?
So the difference is really the ingredient. So obviously the olive wipes have our pure Greek olive oil. So I would say if you have like super dry skin, I would go towards the olive wipes, because that olive oil, while it's emulsifying away, you know, your waterproof makeup, your eyeliner, your whatever, it's also hydrating at the same time. So they're a little bit more hydrating. The tea wipes are more about the detoxifying. So if you have more oily skin, I would go towards the Olympus tea wipes. I know that Valerie Stupp actually lives for our Olympus tea wipes, and you know, it's really just, I think, a skin type or personal preference. But even if, you know, they do work for both. But this is the 3-in-1 oil. All I did and all I'm doing is literally, look, it has a stopper. So you can see, like, you're never gonna pour the whole thing out. And then I take 1 to 2 drops. If I'm doing this at night, I'll actually put like 5 or 6 drops and really use this as a mask. And I'm just gonna press this into my skin. And that's all I need. I'm not gonna put a moisturizer on top of this. I'm not gonna use an anti-aging serum. I really am just gonna allow the power of this olive oil to drink into my skin. It's going to balance my skin. So you can see all of this kind of blotchiness, pigmentation, a little bit of these breakouts. My skin barrier has been compromised, and my skin is a little bit irritated. So I'm just gonna allow this to kind of like drink in. Sometimes I put on more, and then as, you know, 5 minutes goes by, you ever see a plant that needs water, and like when you water it, it's like that's exactly what's gonna happen to my skin. And what's great about our olive oil is that it's clinically proven to do like so many things. That's why this is the best game changer for fall. It hydrates, it anti-ages because it's going to improve elasticity, it improves texture. So you can see I have kind of the roughness to my skin. Patches are dry, some patches are oily. Especially if you're oily skin, this will balance out the oil production in your skin. So it's kind of like that miracle one-stop ingredient. And that's why I love that we have the weekly deal drop.
Okay, so this is, again, the pro class. I just want to remind people that I may ask questions that seem a little rudimentary, but this is coming from the chat. Just kidding, this is literally coming from what's stopping someone from just going to the kitchen, taking some olive oil and putting it on?
Oh yeah, well,
what is the difference between that and
so cooking, the olive oil that you use for cooking is not distilled in the same way, right?
Okay.
So it's in the distillation process, and this is not only one ingredient. This is not just pure Greek olive oil. There's actually a little bit of stabilized vitamin C in here, which helps with brightening, but it's really the the distillation process that creates, like, I'll do it on the back of my hand so you can see, right? So when you use cooking oil, does it drip down your hand like that?
No.
No, right? It's thick, it's viscous. It's not distilled down to the same molecular level. We take this into our lab and we create this texture that can be received by your skin. So if the molecules are too big and they sit on top of your skin, they can't penetrate. But as we distill it down and we molecularly break it down, that's where nature and science are coming together. And we add in the cranberry seed oil, we add in the stabilized vitamin C. It can actually be received by your skin.
I love this. So you're saying the molecules, again, this is pro class, okay? This is not first grade class, we're in the pros, so we're gonna lean in here. You're saying that there is a distilling process that actually makes a molecule smaller.
Yes.
And in becoming smaller, it actually is able to be received by your skin as opposed to just sitting on your skin.
Correct.
So you may find, of course, with cooking oil or maybe even some other products, if it's not distilled in that same way, you're just going to kind of have a
oil slick.
Because it's not able to fit in to your skin. Now, is that actually done in the distilling? Because I know reverse ionization does the same thing, where basically we say, now water can get in your skin because we broke apart the molecule, it's half the size, now you can moisturize yourself. So this is done with like a heat transfer?
So there's there's actually no heat. It's almost like a filtration, if you can imagine, right? So you take that olive oil and it becomes smaller and it becomes smaller and becomes smaller, and we remove any impurities, and we remove any impurities, and then we take that liquid green gold once it's really got to that concentrated version, and then we create the formula. So one of the things you might not know about Korres is that we do everything in-house, which means that, you know, a lot of brands will have somebody else make the product, somebody else formulate the product, somebody else, you know, find the ingredient, make the, you know, we do it all. So we actually start really at the beginning with the farmers. And with our olives, it is this local farming community. It's a family-owned business that we've used for 27 years. We know them like they're family to us. And then we take the olives, we cold press them. We take that cold pressed oil, we bring it into our factories, we formulate, we take it into our labs. So, you know, when we talk about that distillation process, we talk about this formula being unlike anything else in the world. It's because at Korres, we do it all, and we know every step of it along the way.
Love the science behind this. I love anytime there's science behind skincare, that's where I just perk up, because I want to know what you're doing that I couldn't do at home.
And why it works, and why it works.
Why am I purchasing something that is supposed to do a certain thing? You have something that is called a velvet skin drink?
We do. I think it's actually sold out on hsn.com right now, but we do have, sorry guys, it flew the other weekend. It's another beauty oil that's derived from these special grapes on the island of Santorini. So everybody knows it's one of the most iconically Greek places, but there are these grapes that literally grow in volcanic ash. And if you think about it, Santorini is an island that's a rock, more or less, and there's no rain. It very rarely rains on Santorini. So these grapes actually retain the moisture by grabbing the seawater from the air, and they're plump and they're juicy, and we take that extract, we put it into this oil, and it literally turns your skin to velvet in 1 to 2 drops. It's amazing. You should definitely, you know, go and try and find it. It really has broke the beauty internet.
That's what happens with weekly deal drops, though. And that's
they all sell out.
Them. The weekly deal drops here, usually I think they drop on Sundays. They last for a week. It's kind of like one deal days, except you get it for a week. There's a reason that we offer you some of the coolest things during that time, but if you don't get them right away, like we're not joking if we say you only have this much time, jump on it. They may be sold out. We can confirm that for you, so I'm sorry to the commenter who was asking about it, but we may be getting it back. Do your best to find it. We don't demand you have to shop with us, but of course we are going to offer you the best deals possible on everything that we can. Okay, so in that case, let's move to the Wide Awake gel.
Yeah.
I have gone through the ringer trying to find things that are supposed to brighten my eyes. I find most of the time there's not a lot of science behind the items that I'm using for that.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious how you guys have changed the game there.
Well, this is, all of our products really are kind of ingredient based. So there's always like a star ingredient. This is Greek yogurt. So olive and Greek yogurt are probably 2 of our most iconic, long-standing ingredients. And Greek yogurt is actually another long beauty secret of the Greeks, because, if you talk to any Greek person, they usually can tell you some type of story from when they were growing up where they had a sunburn or they had some sort of like skin irritation, and the yayas, or the Greek grandmothers, literally go to the fridge and pull out real Greek yogurt and like slather it on the sunburn, slather it on, because it's cooling, it's very calming to the skin. But there's probiotics in Greek yogurt. So if you think about it, like it's active, product in that there's probiotics, there's prebiotics, and it really balances out your skin. So we harness the power of Greek yogurt with Greek coffee. caffeine. So 3 different forms of caffeine are in here from Greek coffee beans. And what that does is it awakens the eye. It also has this little metal roller ball. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, the metal roller ball.
Oh, and it feels like an ice cube. So I'm literally just like massaging down the puffiness, massaging down any of those bags. And then the brightening really comes from jasmine flower extract, which is
my favorite
yes.
smell.
It is
my favorite, hands down.
It is so soothing. I mean, literally, this is one of those products that I can put in the fridge and you can feel instantly like it's so cold.
Will you hand that to one of the producers so I can smell it?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't smell like jasmine. It doesn't smell like jasmine. I will tell you, it just smells clean and fresh. No, it doesn't smell like jasmine. You wouldn't want.
It smell really nice.
Yeah, it's very clean and fresh. You wouldn't want like the aromas of jasmine around your eye area.
Is a wonderful. I don't know if this is just you that's left behind on it. But this
shouldn't
nice
be.
To me.
Yeah, so it's very clean and fresh. It's a serum. So this is depuffing. This addresses dark circles.
Caffeine will do that.
The caffeine, it like energizes. That's why we call it the wide awake. So, you know, simplifying everything down, products that do multiple things. I put on, first of all, I just want to show you. You saw how much oil I put on my skin. Do you see how it's like literally, now it just drank into my skin.
You made such a great point earlier where you said if you are someone who has naturally oily skin, this will help even it out.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people went through that moment where it's honestly kind of like a boss in video games where you're like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, okay, I'm gonna do it. Where if you had oily skin, you were so afraid of putting any oils on your skin because it just felt like leaning into the problem.
Oh yeah.
And then finally one day, for me it was around age 20, it could be at any age in your life, you say, okay, I'm just gonna try it, I'm just gonna do it, I'm leaning in, and you discover despite having the oily skin, usually that's happening because your skin was chronically dry.
Yes.
It was overproducing oil.
Yes.
So by creating a more evenly distributed oil, especially something like Korres that has that smaller molecule that can actually be absorbed, your face isn't going to be, desperate to produce its own oils to whatever certain degree. And that's results are going to vary, locations are going to vary, skin varies. But that was something where I spent years fighting against that science and leaned in and learned there is a method to that madness. So I love that you brought that up. You used the oil. Don't be afraid of putting an oil on oily skin. Don't be afraid of putting it on combination skin. Sometimes it's actually what your skin is asking.
Yeah, and it's going to balance. I love that you mentioned that. It balances everything out. But it's also essential for the skin, right? So oils are made from lipids, which are, like I always say it, I'm sure people, if you watch a lot, you're sick of hearing it, but I think of it like little bouncy balls, right? So if you have these dry, like depleted, thin skin cells, which are old, aged, that like pinched skin, when you add in these like bouncy, thick, fatty molecules, it's like it brings the bounce back to your skin. If you can do this and you see that little cushioniness to your skin, that's what you need, and you can't get that from a watery serum. Hyaluronic acid can add hydration to the skin, but you need omegas, you need those fatty molecules to really replenish. And what I love about this product, first of all, this is huge. You get 2 of them. I only have 1.
And 2 of the roller balls. We didn't mention that as
and you get 2 of these. So this will last forever. And if you're on a budget, which, we've all been there, we're all there right now, honestly, this is the one product that is such a budget stretcher because it hydrates your skin like a moisturizer. It's your anti-aging serum. You can use it on your body. You can use it on your hair. For such a huge size, it lasts a really long time. So if you're pinched, I would say pick this up.
And you can't use the kitchen oil. And if you don't know why, go ahead and rewatch this later and we'll explain it to you. We do only have about 5 minutes left with you, and I want to make sure we get to our creams. So you guys have body butter, you have body creams.
Yes.
What is the difference between the 2?
Okay, so the collection that we have, which I actually don't have a sample of, so we're going to just talk through it.
I've used them.
Okay, yes. So the olive body cream, which is in this amazing collection, which is in the Velvet Rose fragrance. I will tell you, this is a limited edition collection. We saved it just for this live stream. It is not coming back. And you actually, if you want to buy Velvet Rose, you have to buy the mega sizes. So if you've ever just wanted to switch it up and try, if you're an olive lover for our body, this is a great kit. But the olive body cream is a thinner formula. So they're, like my husband, for example, he cannot use our body butters. They're too thick for him. And he wants something that absorbs super quick, but then he also wants something that hydrates really well, which usually those two things do not cross paths, right? You get a watery, kind of thinner formula, you don't normally get a day of hydration. You're probably gonna have to put it on a few times throughout the day. Our olive body cream is lightweight, whisper lightweight, but mega, mega hydrating. And because the olive oil is clinically proven to firm the skin, you're also getting the bang of anti-aging in there. Like it's almost like buying an anti-aging body serum and then buying a moisturizer at the same time.
So just, you know, I'm gonna ask the questions here. This is the pro class. Why would anyone choose the cream over the butter based on how it seems like one of them is just extra moisturizing? Would there be a reason that one, you know?
Well, so our body butters have what's called our Elastismooth technology. So I would actually say if you have really crepey skin, like tissue paper, like you ever see crinkled tissue paper skin, that's great for the body butters because it's super hydrating and smoothing, but the olive body cream is great for firming. So if you have saggy skin, if you have that pinched look to your skin, or really some people actually do like a more hydrating texture, they want something thicker, they want something, because they have super duper dry skin. That's usually the difference.
Got it. Okay, so there's a slight ingredient difference here, and of course, I tend to love a squeeze tube more than a bottle, but if you have a preference, of course, that's fine too. But that's the difference. I know that was a question we had, and you know, I was curious as well. I really appreciate you guys asking the questions that you have here. We're going to be doing this all throughout the day. I think this is our halfway point right now, which we're just finishing up here with Stephanie. And we have 3 more. So stick with us because every hour on the hour, I'm going to be interviewing another expert. What a joy it was with you, Stephanie. I mean, everyone is so different. If you've been with me, you know, since this morning, you know it's not going to be the same thing each hour. We're going to be delving into different things, you know, different sciences. I learned so much.
Thank you.
I feel so bad for my daughter because I'm going to be slathering yogurt on her.
Oh, it is so Greek yogurt.
I get sunburned and like until your product comes in, whatever. But like, this is something I learned today, and I was just cracking up because I probably won't really do it. Obviously.
No, you should. It's actually it's an amazing beauty hack. I will tell you. We have an after sun cream that works wonders. I think it might be up on hsn.com. That's specifically formulated. But all of our Greek yogurt products use real Greek yogurt. Like when you go into the labs, it's so funny in Greece because they actually like go into the fridge, pull out the real Greek yogurt, you know, make the lab samples of the product.
If I use it on a sunburn, I'll stream it. I'll show you guys.
Yeah, take a picture.
But I've learned a lot today, absolutely learned a lot, and I really appreciate how much information that, you know, you are just a wealth of information. It's why you were chosen to be the liaison today for Korres Products during our pro class. And wonderful, wonderful use of discussing fall. How we're talking about if your skin is oily or if it's dry. Learned so much. I hope you guys learned as much as I have. And there's still more to learn. So join us for the next 3 classes. If you maybe missed the first couple ones, go back and check them out. I am your host, Natasha, your newest host here at HSN. I'll be on tomorrow night on The List on my TV debut, but this is my real debut. This is my first time getting to meet you guys. So I'm so grateful that I actually have the questions and the comments and getting to actually interact with you guys right here in Facebook. We're learning a lot together in our pro class, so don't go anywhere.